Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing really well today. Welcome back to another video. We're going to be talking about the final regional of the first RCS split of the season. We just played this, it finished yesterday at the time of recording this. And yeah, we're going to be talking a little bit about our results, a little bit about every other team and how the tournament went in general for everyone, and a little bit about the entire split as a whole for the online portion. Now, of course, spoilers. Well, spoilers already are going to be in the title and the thumbnail, but extra spoilers for the rest of the video, you know, in terms of how the matches went for our team and other teams. Now, we did qualify for the Birmingham Major, which I am absolutely ecstatic about, happier than I can really explain. So yeah, first off, that's what the aim was for the tournament. We needed probably a top 6 going into the tournament would do it. In kind of how things would play out in most case scenarios. In the end, actually, a top 6 wouldn't have done it. So we'll speak about that and how kind of this match that you're watching on screen affected the entire split, I guess, for us. So a little bit insane down to the end, but we were comfortable at least after this match. Now we start off the regional facing off against RRG. We've played these guys before. They were actually the second opponents we had played in the first main event. And we only beat those guys in Game 5 overtime. We were a little bit shaky at the start of the split in terms of best of 5s. We actually got pretty solid towards the end. Not too many worries. And in this first day of RCS, there were really no worries whatsoever. We 3-0'd these guys, and we 3-0'd the rest of our opponents on this day as well. In terms of this first series, the first game was a little bit kind of nervy, final regional. You're not quite qualified yet, but you need to get kind of a couple of wins in some series in your first couple of rounds, and you'll be fine, right? That's the thing. So first match, always going to be a little bit nervy. Conceded a couple goals off kickoffs in that first game within the first 30 seconds or so, but we cleaned it up. We got the win in overtime. And we ended up winning game 2 and 3 pretty comfortably after cleaning up our play style to what we should be playing like in the first game. A little bit too quick, just everything that you'd expect in a nervy game. But 3-0 in the series, clean all around, and you can't really ask for much more. We go on to the second series against JJROX. Now, we would have played either JJROX or Caliente. JJROX is a Spanish team of Steak, Marked by 8, and Rye, and Caliente is K-Dop, Growly, and Sazon. Yeah, and so these two matches are absolutely insane to have for top 6. They are lower level than the types of opponents you should be playing for top 6. So it was a really nice bracket to have, and I'll take that every day of the week. Should have scored this. Damn. But yeah, we had a really nice bracket, and we did capitalize on this. This match wasn't close. It was 3-0. The games weren't close. We just held unlimited pressure and infinite offense pretty much. So it was smooth sailing. We move on to top 6. The last match of the day against Redemption. This is just for seeding, which is pretty important in this round just because you don't want to play, the number 1 team in the region, KC, in that kind of top 6 to top 4 match. You don't want to play those guys. So if we won this, we would have an easier opponent. We 3-0'd these guys. Again, smooth sailing. The match was fine. We had a lot of offense, felt comfortable, played decent, and we were fine. We moved on. So 3 sweeps on the day for day 1, and we move on to day 2, playing against Ninjas in Pajamas, which we absolutely love that matchup. Yeah, this would have been for this is for top 4. This is the match you're seeing on screen right now. You guys are watching game 3, I think. Game 3 of the series. Currently it's 1-1 in the series. And we do win this one 4-2. Okay, so this was a pretty smooth series all in all. We do lose game 1. We played pretty decent, I guess, in game 1. I thought our first couple of games, our shooting just wasn't there, but overall we didn't play too bad. Nip came out pretty decent in game 1, much better than I thought they would, honestly, and they played well. We took game 2 with a goal in overtime. It was a sidewall read by Joris into an open net from me. It was a very nice pass. And we take this game here, as you can see, mostly from, I think, a goal and then just some solid defense. The total number of shots is actually, we actually have more, but it felt like we were defending a lot, or just defending pretty well for most of this game and keeping that 1-0 lead nicely. This series was pretty smooth apart from the next game. We lose that 5-1. We're not going to show that. Lots of goals happened. And yeah, they took that 5-1. Some games happen like that. 2-2 in the series. We don't take a timeout. We feel pretty comfortable. And we do end up taking this pretty crucial game number 5. I'll show this on the screen. NIP are a team that we're pretty confident against. You know, we beat them in the previous regional to make top 4. So we really like this matchup. Again, in the exact same round. It's familiar, you know, a familiar opponent, a familiar kind of round you're playing them in. All things kind of point to having confidence. You know, you've done it before. Why can't you do it again, kind of thing. And yeah, we do beat these guys 4-2. And we move on to top 4. In this series, I mean, NIP are a weird team. I'll talk about NIP, I guess, a little bit. I think I thought they were going to be like slightly stronger. Obviously, going into the season, I think everyone did than they showed. You know, so I think that they can still play really, really well, and we'll see. You know what happens for Split 2, of course. So all still to play for them. They're not in a bad spot at all. Even though they lost this series, at the time of losing this series, going on to day 3. They would have been feeling 90% comfortable, I'd say. There might be that 10% feeling in their head of like, you know, basically what needed to happen was for Geekay to go on a crazy streak and win the entire regional. So they would have been feeling comfortable, basically. There would be nothing in the past to suggest that could happen. Once in this absolute crazy scenarios that actually happened. I feel, and I've got to say this, I feel extremely bad. Look at this shot, by the way. I have no idea how this was going in. I've not slowed this down yet and looked, but I remember in the moment, I was like, I was like, as soon as I hit this ball, I was like, I've messed it up. And then it bounced like that off the curve to the top corner. I've genuinely never seen a bounce like that on that particular, because that was going in. If Oski didn't save it, he does get back to it. But I was like, that is so lucky. I mean, of course, half luck, half skill, of course. But I was like, I don't know how that's happened. But yeah, what I was saying, feel really, really bad for the Ninjas boys. Like that, for this to have happened, I feel awful. I can't imagine how they feel. So I think it was Oski's birthday that this happened on. And they did, I mean, like they did have it in their hands kind of thing. If they want to make the major, they had 2 matches against us in regional 2 and 3, the one that you're watching now. They're a pretty close series, you know, in terms of results and scoreline that you can take, you know, and if you take one of them, you'll qualify kind of thing, right? So at least, you know, I don't know if it's any comfort knowing that they had it in their hands kind of thing. You know, I don't know what I'd think. I guess that's like, they know they can have room to improve into, you know, it's not like they did their best kind of thing that they were, you know, looking to do and then still didn't make it. So I think that they'll take some comfort in that, and I think they'll be fine after a few days. But it is an insane result. Massive congrats to the GK boys. I have no idea. They played absolutely insane. Only on the Batmobile, and they were just playing some crazy Rocket League. We do lose to them in the following round. We played them in the top 4 match semifinals. We lose 4-0. That series was very strange. It felt like they just came out completely. They were so aggressive. You can watch the replays. There's nothing I have to kind of hide about how I think they played. It was insane. They played so aggressive, like they had nothing to lose. Because if you're coming into the regional as GK, they're gonna have, you know, just full fun playstyle kind of thing. They absolutely pulled it off in insane level from them. In all 3 series, they didn't drop a single game against us, Redemption, or Redemption, then us, and then KC in the final. They 4-0'd them, which I didn't think would happen. After we lost 4-0 to them, I was very frustrated, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch the final. There's no way they might take a game. There's no way they win it from there, because I thought that the pressure would then get to them after they take a game. They realize, wait a second, this could actually be a thing, and then they play worse. We didn't actually really see them play worse until I thought game 4 of that grand final, where they started showing that they were like, okay, we're close, which obviously everyone's going to do. So absolutely insane. Watching that grand final was so fun. I was in a call with a ton of pros, and that was really fun. But yeah, that match was very strange. Like, we just didn't get into it like whatsoever. I felt like I just couldn't focus. It was very strange. Couldn't focus on I just felt lethargic. It was weird. We just didn't play well, and it was a collapse, unfortunately. But that was really one of 2 series in the entire split that we played badly in. We played badly against 100% in the first regional. We played badly against Geekay in the last regional. So, all in all, an incredible split. There's nothing for us to be worried or sad about, apart from, losing a couple matches where we wanted to play better. And, there was nothing to be really worried about. And so, extremely happy with this split. I'll move on to this last game as we kind of talk about the split as a whole. This is the final game that qualified us for the major, because if we didn't win this series, we actually wouldn't have qualified in the end if the things still panned out as how they did, which you never know. Like, we could have beat Vitality, for example. Instead, Nip lost to them because that's who they played, because they lost this match. We could have beat them in that match, who knows, and then still qual, basically. Or GK could have lost to Nip in the semis if that's who they played instead of us, for example. So you never know. But if results stood how they went, basically, if they still happened as they did in this kind of in this world, then we wouldn't have actually qualified, which is absolutely insane. So very, very important match, a very important game that you guys are seeing here, even though we didn't realize it at the time. We knew that, like, winning here would be the best case scenario, of course, but we thought, top 6 will most likely do it, unless 100%, which actually got knocked out by GK. If they get a top 2 in the regional, that would have been the messy thing, but that didn't happen. So yeah, insane result in the final regional. Split as a whole, absolutely incredible. We played amazing, absolutely amazing. I knew this team could be good, and I'm not saying that as an ego thing. From scrims, from our level, from the mentality in the team, I fully believed in this. I said it before the split. Of course, I always will. You'll never hear me say I doubt this team that I'm joining, but genuinely in my head, full confidence, and I'm happy that we showed a level truly capable of beating the best and contending for that kind of first spot. So it was really nice to be at that level again, and hopefully we can continue working on it and push towards the major, because that is the goal now. We have 3 to 4 weeks, I think, of preparation for the major. We'll definitely be boot camping at some point, and yeah, really excited. Look, I moved from NA to EU. I was going into a completely harder region. Everyone knows that Europe has been the best region over the last 3 years, definitely, kind of thing, or 2 years, definitely. And so everyone had their doubts, and I don't blame anyone for having doubts. That's, everyone can comment what they want to comment, believe what they want to believe, but being able to prove myself right and knowing that I can still kind of qualify on this level of competition is more satisfying than I could imagine. Because last season in NA, you're expected to qual. I was on one of the best teams in North America. You're expected to qual, and you do so easily. In Europe, with a new team, with you know, players. Well, Stizzy never made a major. Younger guy. Joris hasn't in a long time, in 2 years. So doing it with these guys is more rewarding, you know, because they're like Stizzy's reactions, for example, is you know, I love it. I love being a part of that. You know what I mean? So it's really nice. It's my kind of hometown major, I guess. It's the closest place to where I used to live at home, where a major would be held. It's like 30 minutes away, so really nice. All my family's going to be there. Even my nan is going to be there, which is absolutely surreal. So yeah, lots of fun times ahead, and we'll be working hard to play our best, you know, because it's a long season. Major is, you know, one goal. Worlds is absolutely another goal that we need to be in form for. So if we can keep on with the mindset of playing matches to improve every single time, playing scrims to improve every single time, and I don't see a reason why we can't keep on improving. We've improved very, very steadily over the last 7, 8, 9 weeks in this split, which is really nice. Not peaking, you know, really early in the first regional, working towards it, getting better in each kind of regional, and seeing that improvement on a, you know, each match on a case-by-case basis basically is really nice. You know, we felt like we didn't actually play this series that we, you know, won against NIP too strongly, but we still felt comfortable, kind of thing. You know, we felt a lot more comfortable in best of fives at the end of the split, sorry, than we did at the start. We had a blip against Geekay at the end. Other than that, I think we improved every regional, which I'm really, really happy about, really excited. 40 seconds left. I'm filling the gap for us to watch this end of the game. But we do hold on to this lead. We'll skip ahead a few seconds. 10 seconds left. We're just trying to close the space down, trying to close that kind of series win down to qualifiers for the major. No matter what happened after this series, after we won this, we had qualified. So let me know if you want a comms video of this series. I'm debating about whether to upload it or not, because yeah, I'm not sure if you guys want to see so many comms videos, but we do obviously have the reaction of us making the major. It's not actually a crazy reaction. I was very, very happy. I was very loud. Stizzy, you know, he emotes after every win, so he was doing his nonchalant sleeping, you know, lying back in his chair, so he didn't react too much. Joris isn't really a reactful person. I don't think that's the word. Reactive, I guess. You know, when he wins at all, never has been. You know, so let me know if you want to see a reaction. It won't be as crazy as you think it could be, but it's a nice video if you guys do want it anyway. But guys, that is the final regional. That is the split as a whole. You know, let's kind of, you know, a couple teams that maybe performed way higher than I thought. I think 100% they had an absolutely incredible split. I'm very, very excited as a fan of the game to see what those three players continue to do in their career, because Lewis, you know, he's an older player now. Actually, I think he's like 20, which is kind of insane to say that's an older player, but he's 20 or 21. I want to say 20. But he's been around for a long time, basically the exact same time as me. He's been around that. We were in bubble at the same level for a long time, and yeah, same level pretty much, going through that initial early stage of bubble into pro career. So seeing him, you know, succeed at a high level and be very close to making a major is nice for him. And you know, same with the other guys, Akra and Rezi, English guys. Always nice seeing English people do well. So yeah, those guys, massive congrats to them, even though it didn't go well in the end, just a massive kind of step up in level. And I'm excited for those players. I think that, I don't know if they'll stick. I genuinely don't know. I don't have any like kind of knowledge. Obviously, you know, as a pro, you do hear things. I don't know if they'll stick, but if they don't, they'll all do really well, I think. And if they do, I think they're a fantastic team. But yeah, interesting to see what happens with other teams that didn't go as planned for, and some of the new guys, you know, new players. We've had a lot of new European talents in this online split. Some French players that I'm definitely like looking at for the future to see what they kind of do and how they play, who they are, and types of things. Like Rusty's and Eugen, types of players like that. Got players on Ascend like Nico, and French players like Mitzer, of course, I forgot to mention in the previous one. But yeah, so exciting European Rocket League for the future. I'm rambling. Boys, if you enjoy these types of videos, make sure you drop a like, make sure you drop a sub, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.